Today, we're diving into the horrifying story of Mercedes Moore, a popular social media influencer whose life was tragically cut short in the most chilling of ways. Mercedes, known to her fans as a glamorous and confident figure, captivated millions online with her beauty, lifestyle, and high-profile connections. But behind the perfect image she portrayed, there was a darker side to her life, one that no one truly saw. Her story serves as a haunting reminder of the dangers that come with fame, especially in the world of social media, where fans aren't just admirers, but sometimes dangerous obsessions. This is the story of how her fame led to her downfall. Mercedes Moore, born Jana Gagnier in 1987 in Los Angeles, grew up in a disciplined household, where her parents' military background shaped the values of responsibility, independence, and structure. From an early age, Jana was outgoing and full of energy, always at the center of attention. She was known for her charm, confidence, and a natural ability to connect with people, which made her popular among her peers. Despite a turbulent period during her teenage years, especially after her parents' divorce, Jana thrived with entrepreneurial spirit. At just 12 years old, she set up a small braiding business, braiding hair for her classmates, eventually earning her first taste of financial independence. After high school, Jana had dreams of becoming a dental assistant, but she quickly realized that the traditional career path wasn't for her. Disappointed by college and the boring coursework, she dropped out, much to the shock of her parents. This was the turning point in her life. Desiring a fresh start, Jana moved to Las Vegas with her boyfriend, hoping to build a new life. There, she took on various nightclub jobs, ultimately finding success in the entertainment industry. Despite initial hesitations, soon, the money came rolling in, and she found herself rubbing elbows with wealthy patrons and celebrities. It was in this world that she decided to create her alter ego, Mercedes Moore, a name that would soon be known by millions. As Mercedes Moore, she began to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. Her stunning looks and luxurious lifestyle were the perfect fit for social media, particularly Instagram. Her following grew exponentially, reaching 3 million followers. She also joined OnlyFans, where her subscriber count exploded, providing her with financial independence and stability. She was no longer bound by the late nightclub shifts but instead created content on her own terms, building a personal brand and even planning a clothing line. On the surface, Mercedes had everything: financial independence, personal happiness, and a thriving social media career. But as her popularity grew, so did the risks. As Mercedes' following expanded, she began noticing unsettling signs. Strangers were sending her threatening messages, demanding meetings, and showing up at her home. It started with harmless gifts, but soon, people began to lurk outside her gated community, waiting for a glimpse of her. The realization hit her hard. Her fame had attracted not just fans, but dangerous, obsessive individuals who believed they had a right to her attention. The once confident and carefree Mercedes started to feel the weight of her own popularity, becoming more cautious with her posts and even avoiding tagging her location. She moved to a more secure, gated community in Houston, hoping that the added security would finally give her the peace she needed. But the safety she sought was short-lived. Enter Kevin Accordo, a man from Florida who had no prior criminal history but became increasingly fixated on Mercedes. His obsession started innocently enough, as he followed her on social media like millions of others. But for Kevin, following her posts wasn't enough. He began analyzing her every move, studying her photos for clues about her lifestyle and where she lived. His fixation turned dangerous when he managed to pinpoint the neighborhood where Mercedes lived based on details from her social media posts. He drove thousands of miles to Texas, determined that he and Mercedes were destined to meet. Kevin's obsession led him to Mercedes' gated community, where he somehow bypassed security. The exact details remain unclear, but it's believed he may have snuck in behind a resident or posed as a delivery driver. Once inside, he waited for Mercedes. When she opened the door, he attacked. The evidence from the crime scene told a story of a brutal, desperate struggle. Mercedes fought back with everything she had, but Kevin overpowered her. Her injuries indicated a violent assault, with deep bruises and marks on her body. The cause of death was determined to be asphyxiation. Kevin had likely strangled her. After committing the crime, Kevin stayed in the house for 3 full days. He used her belongings, slept in her bed, and left disturbing, cryptic messages written in red lipstick on the walls and mirrors, expressing regret, anger, and confusion. When Mercedes' father, Mark Gagnier, came to check on her, he discovered the horrifying scene, finding his daughter's lifeless body and a strange man in the house. Mark froze in shock. The man, Kevin, was still alive but died shortly after from a self-inflicted stab wound. Kevin had taken his own life, evading justice and leaving Mercedes' family with an overwhelming sense of injustice and grief. In the aftermath of Mercedes' death, the public reaction was swift. News spread quickly, but so did misinformation. False rumors circulated, claiming Mercedes' death was caused by an overdose or other unrelated causes. But the truth was much more tragic. Mercedes had been stalked, attacked, and murdered by someone she had never met. Her death highlighted the dangerous consequences of online fame and the stalking risks that influencers face daily. Mercedes' family was left heartbroken. Her father, Mark, spoke out about the dangers of stalking and how important it is for influencers to take their safety seriously. He wanted his daughter's story to serve as a cautionary tale for others in the public eye. They also made a decision to honor Mercedes' memory by keeping her legacy alive. Despite the tragedy that shattered their family, Mercedes' life and death have left behind many unanswered questions. But her story is one that will continue to be remembered. It's a chilling reminder of how fame, when mixed with obsession, can lead to devastating consequences. If you're watching this, take a moment to think about the risks that come with the virtual world we live in today. Sometimes the line between admiration and obsession can be dangerously thin.